Good morning and welcome back to another The Ward in France, Escape from Rural France, section number 3. It's early on Sunday morning and I'm about halfway through walking the dogs in my attempts to get home before the hunters come out and start doing their thing. So there's no luxuriating on a Sunday morning, thinking I won't get up just yet, I'll stay in bed for another hour. No, we get up for the next 2 or 3 weekends. The 29th of February is when the chasse finish. But it's a lot better than last Sunday morning. It's not raining, thank goodness. It's bitterly cold, but it's not raining, so that's a bonus. So you can see behind me the sun coming up. So that's proof I'm up early, right? That's proof I'm not lying in bed like a lazy one. I'm gonna finish the walk. There might be some floating footage and some nice orchestral music. I don't know, we'll see. And I'll chat to you about... What am I going to chat to you about today? I don't know. I'm going to chat to you about the things that are concerning me today. And I'm not quite sure what they are because there's so many. So I will speak to you in a little while. And I hope everyone is having a super duper lie-in in their beds on a cold Sunday morning. Because I'm not. Speak to you later. Just a quick one of the old doggy doggles, I reckon. Yeah. It's very, very waterlogged. It's very boggy. And you have to watch where you're treading because the boar in these vines dig up overnight. And normally I'm here with my head torch, but it's a bit later than I would normally walk because normally I walk much earlier when I'm getting ready to go to work, you see. There's my Hugo boy. He's come for a biscuit. Haven't you, mate? Yes, he has. He's a good boy. Mabel, here she comes. She likes the idea of a biscuit. Hello, sweetie, Mabel. But actually, she doesn't take them. She's the first dog I've ever had that's not really interested in her walking treats. She loves treats, but not the walking ones. So I had to take a few hours to think about what I wanted to say, and I worked it out, and I don't know how eloquent I'm going to be. I will do my best to be eloquent, but the first thing I want to say, and I've got a little bit of a beer glass here because it's now lunchtime, is cheers to my 5 new subscribers this week. Thank you so much for coming on board. What I've been doing is I've been putting silly little shorts up every day about Escape from Rural France, and it's really pushed my numbers up, and I've now got 28 subscribers, but running into the almost 2,000 views, which is really good. YouTube is a strange thing. There's a lot of people that say, oh, we want to do it just for a laugh, just for a bit of fun. But actually, the reality around YouTube is everyone is doing it to reach those golden figures so that you can start monetizing it. You can't just make a video like I'm doing now and just go, that's it, done. It takes time, it takes commitment, it takes a bit of patience as well, depending on what your internet speed is. Editing, putting some music on, trying to make it interesting. So there's a lot of involvement in putting a YouTube video together. I'm enjoying it. I don't know how long I'll enjoy it for, but it has generated 5 new subscribers this week. So thank you and welcome. And I hope that you'll like, subscribe and share. As everyone says, please do, because it's really nice to grow an audience. What I wanted to tell you about was my week this week. Just a minute. It's Heineken. It reaches the parts others don't, apparently. The week this week was kind of vital to my move away from here, and it was getting slightly fractious, but the only person it was becoming fractious with was me. I got cold feet at the beginning of the week. I got full of fear at the beginning of the week. We were approaching exchange of contracts on my new house back in England, which I'm still not telling you where it is. And it just became a bit of a panic, and I was ready on Thursday. I was ready to just go, I'm not doing it. I'm not moving. I love it here. I like it here. My animals are all here. I'm not upsetting the apple cart. I'm staying where I am. And the owner of the house that I'm buying was being stubborn about one little thing that was just my exit away from the purchase. And I had to have talks with family. Thank you, family, for talking, to put me back on track. And finally, on Friday morning, I exchanged contracts on this new house. And I expected to be jumping up and down with absolute elation, with joy, with excitement about everything that's coming. Instead, it was like someone burst a balloon. And I felt like I was being really petulant and really spoiled, because this moment I've been working towards for probably several years, but certainly in the last few months when things sort of really started to happen and the decision firmly was put into place. But the bubble burst, and I felt really deflated, and I felt really sad about what's to come. And I was trying to work out why I was feeling really sad. And when I got the email from the solicitors to say, congratulations, contracts have been exchanged, I was like, oh. And it should be one of the happiest moments, and it wasn't. And I think it was at work, and I was really struggling with work. And I came home, and I was like, I looked around me, and I looked at this house that has been my peace, my joy, my lovely place for the last 11 years. And I was, my business here that I'm so proud of, my animals. And I'm like, it's all coming to an end. This huge 11-year chapter is ending. And there was obviously a big part of me that was like shaken to the core of I wasn't ready for the emotions of everything is ending. There is now a moving date in the diary. There is now a completion date in the diary. Everything I've had here, everything I've worked for here for 11 years is going. And that was really something that I just didn't expect to feel, and kind of took me by surprise. And I was speaking to my sister in England on Friday night, and the tears just flowed. It was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? And I'll tell you what I'm doing, and this is the hardest thing. I'm having to rehome all of my cats. And this is the most painful, heartbreaking thing that I have to do. In this country, on social media, a lot of people move on, they generate animals around them, and you read of people giving up their animals, taking them to the pound. And for 11 years, how could they do that? How could they have animals if that's all they're going to do? I don't agree with it. I'm angry, and everyone else was angry. And there was, the Facebook police were going at these people, and it was trolling, and it was awful. And I was like, I never do that. And here I am not able to take my cats back to England because there are so many of them, because I can't choose if I want who I want to take. And 2 weeks ago, I was like, I'm going to take those two. Then it was those two. It was, no, it's back to those two. And then I'm thinking, in this house, there's not carpet anywhere. And the cats are not the cleanest, but at least there's no carpets. In my new house, there's carpets everywhere, and it would be atrocious. So I've engaged cat charities to help, and it's heartbreaking. It's distressing. And this was the block of me moving away from France several years ago, was I've got cats. So therefore I'm not moving, everything's good. Now I want to move, but the hardest thing I have to do is to deal with the rehoming of my cats. And so I was really sad about that, really sad that all of the time before exchange of contracts, I was kind of like, well, it's a bit of a fantasy, this moving thing, because it's not happening. I haven't got the house. There's no contract exchange. So it's all a bit of a fantastical thing. And the reality just hit, I think on Friday, the reality hit of I've now got a finite amount of time to do the unspeakable. And I've got to put my big man's pants on and deal with it. And I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm going to do it. And after breaking down with my sister, who was wonderful, as always, and I sent a little prayer before I went to sleep on Friday night. It was like, help, please help. Because I was just floundering about the huge changes. I'm so familiar with everything here. So familiar with my house, with my life, with my work, with the people I know, so familiar with everything. And I'm running towards the unknown with some knowns thrown in to make things a little bit easier. But the transition back into a country that I now don't know. And I don't know how it's going to be, how I'm going to fit, how my work is going to be, how I'm going to find work, all of this sort of stuff. It's like suddenly it's the reality of everything I've given to this place for 11 years is now being given back, and I'm leaving it and starting again. And at a time of life, I'm just in time at 55. I'm just in time to have that new push to do something again. But it's been tough. It's been a tough week. And while I was walking the dogs this morning, I was like, what am I going to talk about? And actually, it has been an overwhelming week. And I just thought, I'm going to share this. And that's all I'm going to share now. And a big thank you again. I am on track. I am moving forwards. I woke up on Saturday morning before I went to work and I was like, let's do this. I'm okay. I'm good to go. I have 4 weeks left. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely week and look out for my super duper funny, hilarious shorts. Please like, subscribe and share. And I'm going to say, help me grow my channel. Not because it helps me produce content, but because it doesn't. It's just nice to see the numbers grow. And there might be that when I get towards 3 million views or 1,000 subscribers or something like that, I might earn a few quid as well. That'd be nice. Anyway, have a good week. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all again on The Ward in France, Escape from Rural France. Ta-ra!